Hello there, it's nice to see all of your smiling faces. I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I have one simple objective, and that is to break down everything you need to know from scratch to start investing in the US stock market as a Malaysian. Why the US market? Well, they have proven historical performance that is nothing less than stellar. They have significantly higher liquidity, which means you can buy and sell your stocks within seconds or even minutes. They have more innovative and high growth companies like Tesla, Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, you name it. They have better political and economical stability. Plus, you are invested in US dollar, which is one of the world's strongest currency, if not the strongest. What more can you ask for? Before we begin, I just want to give a huge shout out to Crazy Rich Guy for sending me this golden fork. Check out his page for more awesome comics. Thank you so much, Nixon. So without further ado, let's jump right into today's content. Let's talk about some of the prerequisites to start investing in the US market. Firstly, you will need cash. For some brokers, you can start investing as low as few hundred ringgit, but my personal recommendation for you is to start with at least 3,000 ringgit because anything lesser than that, you are losing towards the currency conversion fees. I know it's a huge sum for some of you, but trust me, you want to look at the bigger picture because you will be investing for many years to come. Why 3,000 ringgit? Well, that's because you will need at least 1,000 Sing dollar to open a CIMB Singapore bank account, which will save you a lot of fees down the road. Just trust me on this one. I will talk about that later in the funding section. You will also need to be at least 18 years old. If you are below that, please seek for your guardian's consent. The next thing you will need is a proof of address, which is a document that has the same address as the one on your IC, which can be in the form of bank e-statement, EPF statement, utility bills, and etc. The next thing is not a must but a good to have, which is a tax identification number or nombor cukai pendapatan, which can be found on your borang B or borang BE that you can download from your LHDN website. If you are not paying taxes or you don't have a tax number, then don't worry, you still can invest in the US stock market. Now, once you are ready with those items, you can now proceed to open for a stock brokerage account, which is something similar to a bank account that can trade and hold stocks for you. There are two types of stockbrokers you can access in Malaysia, and the first type is local brokers such as local banks, MIDF Invest, FSM1 Malaysia, and soon Rakuten Trade. They are usually licensed and regulated by the Securities Commission of Malaysia, but sadly their fees are much more expensive and their trading platform isn't really the best because obviously they are not up to the international standard. The second type is foreign brokers such as Interactive Brokers, TD Ameritrade, Webull, Tiger Brokers, eToro, and etc. Most of them are not licensed and regulated by the Securities Commission of Malaysia, but in return they provide a much lower brokerage fee, plus their trading platform is literally day and night difference compared to the local brokers. My personal choice is to go with Interactive Brokers, which is one of the largest stockbroker, if not the largest outside of the US, and they have been around since 1977 and they offer one of the lowest commission fee, plus you are able to trade fractional shares, which helps you with DCA, and my personal experience with them so far has been nothing less than phenomenal. So if you want to open an account with them, I will put this guide down below for you. If you ask me, the license and regulation by Securities Commission of Malaysia isn't really that valuable because most of those foreign brokers are actually licensed and regulated by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, which governs one of the world's strongest currency in the form of Sing dollar. If any of the foreign broker platform is placed under the SC alert list, then just use a VPN and you are good to go. I'm not gonna go into the specifics of each broker because I have this video for you where I compared 14 different brokers and ranked them in detail, so feel free to check it out. The next thing we're gonna talk about are the fees, and generally when you go for any stock brokerage account, there are 6 types of fees that you need to be aware of. The first fee is commission fee, or they call it the brokerage fee, and this can range from $0 to $25 minimum per trade. A simple thumb rule for this is to go for brokers that charge less than $2 per trade, because stock trading is pretty much commoditized and there's really no reason for you to pay so much to trade a stock. And keep in mind, when you buy any stocks or ETFs, there is a tiny bit of regulatory and clearing fees on top of the commission fee that you are paying, which can usually come in the form of few cents or 10 or 20 cents per trade. The second fee is a custodian or maintenance fee, which is a fee that the stockbroker charges you for holding the stocks on your behalf. Not a very common fee, but it's something good to know. The third fee is dividend handling fee, which is a fee that the broker charges you whenever there's any dividends paid to you or if there's any corporate action. Again, not a very common fee, but good to know. The fourth fee is account minimum fee, which is a fee charged to you whenever your account falls below a certain threshold. The fifth fee is deposit or withdrawal fee, which is a fee charged whenever you deposit or withdraw from your broker. And just keep in mind that any transactions involving foreign telegraphic transfers into or out of the US will usually incur an agent bank fee of around $25. The sixth fee is currency conversion fee, and this varies according to how you fund your account. Most brokers allow you to convert cash in your account, and some of them even claim that it is free, but actually it is already hidden in your conversion rate. A good way to check how much you are losing is by benchmarking against these ringgit foreign exchange rates provided by Bank Negara Malaysia. I will put it down below for you. Now let's talk about the types of account, and in Malaysia we usually have the option between direct CDS account and nominee CDS account. But for any stock brokerage account that can trade in the US market, they are all essentially nominee CDS account, so there's really not much for you to choose from. What you need to choose is between cash account and margin account. And if you are just starting investing in the US market, I would highly recommend you to go for cash account because it is safer and simpler to use, which is also something that I'm using right now. Down the road, when you have learned about margin or leverage trading, you can always change your account to a margin account. Shouldn't be a problem. Next, to fund your stock brokerage account, there are usually two options that you can go for. And the first one is foreign telegraphic transfer from your local bank account such as Maybank, CIMB, Public Bank, RHB Bank, and etc. You are basically sending Ringgit Malaysia to a US bank to buy US dollars. But with this option, Malaysian banks usually charge a significantly higher currency conversion fees that is hidden in the conversion rate. And to make things worse, FTT can only be done during business hours, which is 9 AM to 4 PM weekdays only. Plus, FTT is not the easiest transfer option because you will need to fill up a lot of forms and information. And if you are interested, I have this video for you where I show you how to FTT to a US bank account from Malaysia. So this is why we have the second funding option, which is my preferred option, the WISE plus CIMB Singapore method. With this method, you are effectively sending Ringgit Malaysia to your CIMB Singapore bank account in Sing Dollar through a remittance service called WISE. WISE offers one of the best currency conversion rate in town to help you save a lot of money down the road. And in case you're wondering, this is the estimate amount of money that you can save for one single transaction. And if you want to learn more about this method, I will link this video down below for you. And just something to note, if you want to fund your foreign stock brokerage account, it is always best to fund with your own personal bank account, not through any third-party transfer or from your family member, because you might be investigated down the road due to anti-money laundering compliance. So let's not take that risk. Moving on, we talk about the minimum trade size. And in the US market, the minimum per trade is 1 unit of share. So if you Google search for Apple and it shows $149.10 per share, that means you need to buy at least one share of Apple at $149.10, which is roughly 600 ringgit. Some brokers such as Interactive Brokers allow you to trade fractional shares, which means you can own a fraction of the stock without buying that one full share. Same example, if you can only afford to buy half share of Apple, then you can also buy half of $149, which is roughly $74.50 before applicable commission fees. So there is literally no reason for you to not be able to afford any stocks in the US market. And you won't find yourself in a situation where you can't even afford one lot of Nestle in Malaysia, which costs around 13,000 ringgit minimum per trade. Not everyone can afford that, right? If you want to learn more about buying and selling stocks, regardless of which broker you are going for, then you can watch this video where I explain the basics of trading using Interactive Brokers, which is generally applicable for any other stockbrokers. The next thing you need to know about is share price data. You might not know this, but most of the brokers out there provide you delayed market data, or they just temporarily give you 3 months free level 2 data and then you need to subscribe to their market data. So you will need credible sources for live share price data if you do not wish to pay for the market data subscription fee. For that, I will recommend you MarketWatch, CNBC, and Google Finance, and feel free to check out this video where I compare the 9 sources to get free live share price data. Moving on, we talk about tax. Cha-ching, every government's favorite topic, which is something we all hate, don't we?
No, it is. Fun. It's not fun to what? It's the worst part of the game. Oh, it's what? Taxes.
When you open for any account to trade in the US stock market, you will be required to sign this W8 band form, which is a standard form for non-US residents, so don't be surprised by that. From the Malaysia side, rejoice, there are no applicable taxes because foreign source income derived from sources outside Malaysia and received in Malaysia by any person is not subject to Malaysian income tax. However, on the US side, there are 3 taxes you need to know. Firstly, no capital gain tax, so you don't have to worry when you cash out your stocks, unless that is your main source of income, then that is a different story. Next, you will be imposed 30% dividend withholding tax for any dividends paid by US domiciled companies, since Malaysia does not have a tax treaty with the US. If you are keen about ETFs, then you can go for island domiciled ETFs where they charge you 15% dividend withholding tax instead of 30%. I have the video just for you, so I will put it down below. Thirdly, you will also be subjected to the US estate tax at 41% if you own more than 60,000 US dollars worth of US domiciled assets. And again, to go around this, go for island domiciled ETFs instead, which does not have this tax imposed. Before I move on, it is always a good practice to keep all of your funding and transaction slips in case the tax authority knocks on your door. Better safe than sorry, right? Next, we talk about the best resources to research in the vast US stock market. When it comes to all things investment and stock market related, you can go for forums such as the r/investing subreddit or the r/Brokerhead subreddit. For news and articles, start with CNBC, Yahoo Finance, Market Watch, or Morningstar. For stock screeners, go for Finviz or TradingView. And for ETF screeners, go for justetf.com or etfdb.com. For investment and finance definitions, go for Investopedia or Brokerheads. And for anything else localized for Malaysians to trade in the US stock market, subscribe to your boy Ziet Invest and don't forget to turn on the bell button so that you don't miss out on any of my future content. So ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the all-in-one video for you to start investing in the US stock market. And I would appreciate if you can share this video with your friends and family. Let's start encouraging more people to start investing in the US stock market. If you have any questions or doubts, feel free to comment down below or DM me via Instagram, and I will be more than happy to guide you at any step of your investment journey. With all of that said, I hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, stay invested, and as usual, I will see you in the next one.